In this video, I will show you how to use the email interface from all the basic features to all the advanced features. So let's look at the email first. You can have it as a full view or as a message view. If it's a full view, you can just mouse over a message and it's going to tell you what's inside that particular message. So if you click on it, it tells you what's inside that message. I prefer the full view because I can see how many mails I have to do versus a message view where you click on an email and it gives you the message on the bottom. If you want to reply to the message, you can either double click on it or you can press the reply button, which is going to reply to the message. Notice that the full thread is here. Whenever you reply to someone or send them a message, they have to click on a link on the bottom of your message to reply back to you, unless you allow them to reply back to the email. If you give them that link where they have to reply back to you using that link, it's going to be recorded in the thread and it's going to be nice and organized instead of having the very long message located in your body every time. You may have experienced where you use the same email to communicate over 10 times with the same person, and that body just grows and grows and becomes huge and unreadable. By using the full threads, every email will be parsed out and separated between each other. Writing a message is simple. As you can see, just type in whatever you need to type. There's some canned messages, which is a really nice feature. You can have private messages where you keep repeating the same message over and over again to several different customers, so you can save it for future reference. So you can have a different category for sales, for example, and let's say you constantly ask the customer, what color do you need? So you can have that message pre-configured, so this way, whenever you need to put that message again, you simply go to canned messages, private, and the message appears right here. This is how a lot of big companies can reply to you so fast in such great detail. They actually pre-configure their long essays as a canned message, and whenever you have a question, they simply go through their database, find the message that they need, and post the message automatically and just click send. You can also have shared messages, which are public messages, which would be set up from your settings, canned messages folder. If you can see, I'm in configuration canned messages, mailer canned messages, and I can add as many messages as I need for my employees. So for example, if I know what the employees are going to be using to reply to my customers, I don't need to ask them to create a private message every time. I can make a universal message, put them as a public message, and everybody who has an email account through Shopping Cart Elite will be able to use that canned message. If the employee wants a custom message, such as a private message, this is where they would use the private messages for their canned messages. You can have attachments with your emails, and you can receive attachments with your emails. If you want to write an email and you want to finish it later, you simply click on draft and it's going to be located on the draft screen. You can reply to all. If there's more than one party on that email, you can forward the email, you can delete that email, you can highlight it in different colors, and the flag will be highlighted here. If you have folders, you can drag and drop that email into the folder. You can also right-click on the email and you can move it like that. You can mark an email as junk, which will put that particular email on a blacklist whenever they send you an email using that email address again. You can search for anything in the body or email address using the search feature here. This is the button to add new folders. If you want to see the full thread of an email, the link is located here, so you can see all the previous messages that occurred in that email. The ready to send folder shows you how many of your emails are on the server ready to go out but haven't went out yet. The send error folder shows you how many emails bounced back or came back as errors or came back as invalid email addresses, so they never got delivered. You can set up a custom signature for yourself. Whenever you want to reply, it's going to automatically pre-fill that signature for you. This shows you how much space is left in your email box. You can refresh to get new emails come in, and emails that are waiting to be sent out, they will be sent out immediately upon clicking refresh. Right-clicking on the side menu, you have a shortcut to empty the trash or refresh as well. These filters, you emailed something to the supplier, such as an order from the order assignment screen, and the supplier replied back to you. This is just a shortcut to show you that you just got back an email from your supplier. The reason why that's useful is if you have a full mailbox with 100 different emails, and obviously the supplier email might be very urgent to deliver the product to your customer, this will show up that you have some emails from your supplier. You click on them and it gives you a shortcut to go right to that email. When sending out an email, you can have a shortcut too, which will give you a shortcut to search between your customers, your suppliers, or different orders. You have a carbon copy, blind carbon copy, all these standard features such as spell checker and print screen. The emails do not get downloaded to your computer. They are actually saved on the central server in the Shopping Cart Elite data center, which means that whatever emails come in and show up in your client here, you can access from anywhere, from any computer. So if you go to your laptop, for example, and you want to access your emails, the same emails will show up. They are synchronized between any computer that you access it from. You can mark an email read or unread. You can also attach an order, a customer, supplier, ticket number, or a return merchandise authorization to an email. So for example, you know that this email is regarding an order, you attach an order. If you know that this is a customer and you want to reference back to the customer later, you attach it to a customer. Same thing with supplier and ticket. If you know that this email concerns a return, you attach it as a return, and then the return department will be able to view it. Finally, the tracker ID. Each one of your emails, especially in the sent folder, will have a field here showing you if the email was read or was not read. This will give you a really good tool to see if your client read the email that you wanted them to read, either about a question for an order or maybe a new order. Notice when I open an email, on the bottom of each email there is an email number with this encrypted ID. This is the tracker ID, which tracks the emails as they come in and go out. So whenever your customer replies, as long as this number is here, and it's usually very small whenever we send out an email, so there's no need to delete it for the customer, the email will be synchronized back to the original thread where the email came from. What that means is that whenever I send an email, this particular one, to this particular email address, and maybe I can send it to 5 other email addresses, as long as this is the same email going around, as long as that ID stays the same, it will all be linked to the same thread, so I will be able to see full thread and actually see the whole 9 yards of all the conversations that occurred. Also, whenever you send out an email, there's going to be a link here which says see the full conversation history here. So to avoid having a huge long email with a bunch of text, your customer will be able to click here and actually view the full thread of the email's conversation. This will avoid clutter in our database and clutter in everybody's mailbox. The emails have a lot of different encryptions to make sure that anyone who's unauthorized to view that email does not view it, so it's perfectly safe to have this link here. And finally, the unsubscribe feature, if it's activated to the email account, is going to offer the client to unsubscribe from your company's email database.